So as you may have already guessed, today's project and adventure is all about solar. Because we've got a bunch of new panels that need to be hooked up now. We're doubling our capacity from 1.2 kilowatts to 2.2 kilowatts. And those panels are all sitting right here in my bunk, which I would like to get my bunk back. So that's what we're working on today. Okay, so as you can see, phase one, we got the new panel installed here. Alcino's already got it in and hooked up. So the wiring's done, it's back up and operational. So now we got 3 panels across the top on the bimini here, all running. So we got 3 panels. Right now they're all hooked up in parallel, but eventually when we get the new solar controller, we're gonna hook them all up in series, and that's gonna put them at about 54 volts, whereas right now they're 18 volts per panel. So we got them all in parallel right now, and each panel puts out about 8 amps total. So when the sun is on them full, as you see, well, not right now, we got a cloud, but when the sun is on them like now, we get about 22 to 24 amps just out of these 3 at 12 volts directly into the batteries. And then we got the other 2 on the rails hooked up right now, and they're putting out about 15 amps between the 2 of them. So overall we're getting just somewhere over 30 amps right now with just the 5 panels running, and now we got a bunch of other ones to hook up and get running as well. So we're going to load up the ones at the back there and get them installed, and the ones also here that are going to go here on the Dodger. So this is going to be home to another, oh, let's see, we've got 2 panels that are 280 watts each. So we're putting 560 watts of solar right here. And then as you can see, there's a little bit of shading right here from the boom. So when we got the panels, depending on which side we're, the sun is on, if we're anchored or at a dock or anything like that, we just take the boom and swing it over the side and tie it off so that it won't shade the panels. We want to keep sun on them as much as possible with as little shading as possible. Now the other cool thing is, if you remember these other panels that we've got on the sides here, you see these are the ones that we installed that pivot, and I'll show you here. I've just got them with pieces of wood right now because basically I just needed something to hook them up, and I just made these metal C brackets you see there, and the other one over here, and that just allows the panels to pivot so that we can stand them up and put a piece of wood under like you see on that one, and it braces them up in the upright position. Well, that's been great, but it's also been a bit of a pain because the panels are very heavy on the outside because they're pivoted right from the top edge. And of course we can't leave them up when we're sailing because waves come down there and they actually hit the wood and always knock the wood out, and then the panel goes slam and crashes down the bottom of, like on the side of the boat. So we picked up something else. We've got, again, Mantis Marine. They have all kinds of this cool stuff, and they've got these stainless steel rail clamps. So I picked up a bunch of these thinking these are exactly what I'm looking for, because you see they're very, very sturdy. Here's one here, and they're metal. They're all stainless steel clamps. So this bolts to the bottom of the panel, and this will clamp onto the 1-inch rails on the side of the boat that I had installed last year when we were hauled out. And now you see Alcino is just hooking up some here now, and that's what they look like bolted to the panel. So he's hooked up the first one over here, and there's what the panel looks like now. So now we've got a big improvement because these can now pivot freely, and we can just lock them at whatever we want. There's a good amount of friction right there in the clamp. It's got a piece of rubber in there that really grips onto the piece of stainless steel tubing. We can pull it up to whatever level we want. If the sun's over there, set it at that angle, set it at this angle, even if the sun's on the other side, and it will just stay right where we leave it. So very, very cool. So looking forward to getting all the rest of the panels done. You see Alcino's putting on the other one there now. And we're going to put 2 more of those mounts on each one of those panels over there, and then we're good to go. Stage 2. Panels are gone. Got them out of my room finally. Got my cabin space back. Now we got 2 of them out here in the salon, as you can see. And we just took 2 of them outside and getting ready because we are at low tide. We were waiting to be at low tide so that we can actually hoist them up on the arch right from the dock. So it's working out really well so far. The boat has come down on the dock a lot, as you can see. There's Alcino posing with the radar arch. So that puts the arch within a position that we can actually manage to put the panels up with. And to give you an idea of the difference in size, you're gonna think we're crazy, but I measured it. I know it's gonna work. The new panels compared to the old panels. So that's what we got. We're replacing 3 of these guys, which are 150 watts each, and as you can see are much smaller than me. And we're going to these guys, which of course are much bigger than me. 77 inches tall, 330 watts each versus 150 watts times 3. So from 450 watts, we're going to 660 watts. So 2 panels instead of 3. So that's the main difference. Now we're going to see if they fit. Everything crossed.
That pin. Ready?
Yep. Alcino man. Tough guy. At least the wind is down too, so it's not acting like a sail.
Oh, it's touching. We have to remove that thing. Yeah.
First problem, the mount for the old panels. I thought it would just sit up underneath the panel, but no, it's in the way. So we got to get a grinder and cut that off. Both of them, one on each side.
What was it?
I don't know. And wouldn't you guys love to know what a guy who's been living on a sailboat for 14 years keeps in his tool locker, right? Maybe subject of another video, you think? Maybe? Oh! Oh shit! Ouch!
Were you recording this way?
Yeah. You okay?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I
Ooh,
don't see
yeah.
that thing, right?
Don't try this at home. We are not trained professionals.
Oh, shit. Oh, there it is. Is this thing still alive?
Angle grinder. We can only hope.
Let's see if it works. I need the extension cord now.
Should be under my seat. Unless it got moved.
No, it's here. And the grip plier. Grip plier. Vice grip. I know I'm not wearing a glove, but doesn't matter.
A glove?
Yeah, you know the people. And yeah, I know it's not a grinding disc, it's a cutting disc.
Three down.
And for those of you who say at least he has his safety glasses on,
Cuatros. Finito. Take 2. How's that look?
nice shade for the dinghy.
Yep. Cool. Jesse!
It's for you, Rick.
What? What is that? I've never seen a
puppy.
pineapple like that.
That's how they are.
It's like a wild one.
Really?
Yeah. Until they chop them off.
Awesome.
It's pretty, eh?
Yeah. Looks awesome.
Yeah.
You plant that, it'll keep growing?
It might. Maybe if you pick one of the bottom parts.
Uh-huh.
If you grab one of these guys, you might be able to grow that.
Yeah, I wonder. I've never seen it like that. Awesome.
Enjoy.
Thanks, mate. Cool. Jesse, come bearing gifts.
Yeah, we found that.
Oh, you were with him?
Yeah, I pounded it out, and
Alright.
so he went down into the forest and got it for us.
Cool. Yeah,
Hey,
you
cool.
just dropped it off. I don't know
Alright.
where we want it.
Yeah, well, I think
Outside or inside?
We might have to let it ripen for a while.
Okay.
So, I mean, unless we want it for decoration.
It looks cool.
It does look cool.
Something smells good.
Thank you. I don't know how it's gonna come out, but you know,
It smells
we
good.
try.
And after way too many months of dealing with this wire running down the companionway just for the 2 solar panels out there that was hooked up temporary until we got to our solar project, now we're in the middle of the project, so we're finally casting them out of here. Alcino's just working on it right now. And gone! Finally. Been tripping over those wires coming up and down the stairs for months now. It's almost crazy how long they've been there, but you know how it goes. You get something up and running temporarily and then it just kind of stays there until whenever. So finally we got that part of the project and now we're hooking everything up out back where it's supposed to be. So bueno, progress. $5:30. Job's done. But every day we finish a job, look at this shit we got to deal with after. This is the stuff nobody wants to deal with, right? Even Tiki. You sick of it, Tiki? Can you help with this, Tiki? I wish she could help with it. Don't you wish we could just go? What the? Holy crap. Argentinian Melback? I'm even shaved. Damn, Tiki, you're good. Thanks, buddy. Good girl. Gotta love it.
That's how it's done.
Just had somebody come up to our boat back there and tell us that something bad had happened. I guess a boat, a catamaran, has gone up on the reef